For many years, it kind of almost strictly meant having behavior problems, being involved in the court system.
Maybe belong to a gang, whether it be a neighborhood gang or maybe something larger.
They oftentimes act out or have trouble making friends or aren't doing well in school.
Driving, which is usually at-risk behavior because they're out late and they're driving fast. Getting high, drinking and smoking.
They become disconnected in some way, either disconnected from the community or disconnected from their family situation.
Many of these youth are coming from environments where no one is listening.
I think I led a really sheltered life growing up, so I was so unaware of the challenges young people face in this county.
Mentoring is an incredibly powerful relationship. It's powerful for the volunteer. It's powerful for the young person. People that feel connected with another human being feel they can do anything. The agency began in 1989 with just a small group of people that came together because of the lack of services in Chatham County. It was just mentoring is all we were doing to begin with. Mentoring is still our primary service, but we added other services to support mentoring.
We just want somebody to come in and be willing to be a friend to a youth and just opening up their availability and their time.
We find most parents are really grateful to have a mentor working with their child to help to expose them to some of the things they can't afford to do or even have the time to do because they're trying to support their family.
Some of the most successful matches have just been doing the really simple things.
A friend of mine was an assistant principal in the school where I was working, and she said, Ruth, I think you'd be great for Chatham County Together. And I said, what's that? She said, it's a mentoring program. And she told me more about it, and it sounded interesting. Went through a mentoring and introductory program, and after that, they said, what kind of child are you looking for? I said, well, I want a little girl who's not too active because I can't run all over the place with her. And so they picked Miriam, and it was a good match from the very beginning.
When Ruth and I met, my family was going through a really hard time. We had some issues as far as social services and being taken away from the family and whatnot, and I had just gotten back into the home.
I knew the first time Miriam came to my home that she was a very smart little girl. I just knew it. It was obvious. And she was eager to learn.
We used to go eat together. We used to go to the movies. We go to the library. We worked on my homework sometimes, and that was really cool because I needed that help. That was definitely something I needed that I wasn't getting at home.
It was not a good environment for learning. There were a lot of people in a small space, and it was noisy, and she needed some peace and quiet too. So we didn't always do exciting things, but we always had a good time.
Currently, I'm in my last year of graduate school in the master's program at North Carolina Agricultural and Technical State University. I am studying rehabilitation counseling, and I will be receiving my certificate in behavioral addiction. And I am looking at PhD programs in rehabilitation counseling, so that will be my next step.
She's just amazing what she has done, and under sometimes very adverse circumstances, but she's never given up, which is wonderful. And I couldn't be more thrilled. And she's like a granddaughter to me.
I think that if I hadn't had Ruth in my life, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to go as far as I have because I never had anyone pushing me to go to college. I really honestly didn't even know what college was. And I didn't know that I could live a better life outside of what I had seen growing up. And having that outside influence definitely made a difference because I saw, you know what, I don't have to do all these bad things that I see going on around me. I can live a different type of life.
Well, when people say to me, well, that's a wonderful thing that you're doing, I say I've gotten much more out of that than I have given. It is a very rewarding experience, but also I want people to know that there's so many children out there who need help, and if they just had someone that they could rely on and care about them and spend time with them, it would make a big difference in their lives.
The larger picture of mentoring is that these kids become productive citizens and with healthy lifestyles, and that they're giving back to their communities. These are kids that are going to be working and living in Chatham County, and so we need to give them the skills. How our kids do, all of our kids do, affects all of us.
When someone offers their time unconditionally without being paid or any compensation back, the children know that, and it means a lot.
I think we offer hope to those young people who don't know what's out there, and it gives them a chance to experience those things they may never get the opportunity to otherwise.
They are able to bounce back from such really huge minuses in their lives and are truly wonderful human beings. That inspires me all the time.
You never know the impact you can make on a child, because children are so impressionable and they learn so much from the things they see, not necessarily what they're told, but what they see. And as a mentor, you can be a role model for a child who may not have a role model that is positive, and someone that can encourage them and give them the opportunity for a better life.